Alright, so I ordered a ton of stuff from Book Outlet, and as you can see from the box, it's a lot. I have a love-hate relationship with these kind of tags. Duh. Okay, got that done. First up, we have the sequel to the Blaze Raft games, and since it's a sequel, I won't say much, but if you love How to Train Your Dragons, this is of the same premise, but it's set in the modern day world, and there's like a tournament of all the countries, and they all have dragons. It's really good. It really made a 12-year-old me very happy. And then it had a ton of action and a ton of adventure. I loved it. And next up, we have another sequel, When Night Breaks, and it's the sequel to Where Dreams Descend. And it's like a mixture of Phantom of the Opera and Moulin Rouge. And it's set in high fantasy, and like the world building for this is amazing. And I don't think I've read this yet, so I am very excited to see what happens next. Also, can we talk about the dust jacket, please? And even the cover, like this is beautiful. And next we have the Warframe's Handbook. It's contemporary and has to be one of my favorite books that I've read this year. And it follows Lila, and she is sent away to a camp where she meets other teens who have recently lost a parent or both their parents. And at first I didn't find anything special with this book, but the plot got so good, and there were some surprises just thrown at you that made me love it. Next up is I Am Here Now, and it's a poetic poem in verse. I think it's a poem in verse, that's how you say it. And it follows the main character going into high school while she also has to deal with her home life, which isn't the best. And I love books whenever they are written like this. I just find it so much easier to read, and it flows so good. Also, this cover is beautiful. I love her to pieces. And this book came a tiny bit damaged on the spine here under the dust jacket, but it's nothing I'm going to complain much about. Next up, we have, I think, one of my favorite urban fantasies I've read this year, and I got both of them. So I have the Duology in one piece, and it's a song below water and a chorus rises. Yeah, I said that right. And it has mermaids and gargoyles and all kind of drama. I loved these characters so much, and it was so good. Like, I read the first one, loved it. Then the second one was already available, so they would read it, and I loved it. Yay. Next, a little bit of sci-fi with Hardwired, and it follows a kid, and he kind of has a Truman Show experience where he finds out that he is a robot. And I loved how this book was written, but the only thing about it is that I wish there was a sequel, because I felt like there could have been more to be explained. But overall, it was a really good book, and I mean, who doesn't love a good sci-fi? Next up, we have another book in verse called The Truth Project. Oh my gosh, I loved this book so much. You have no idea. I mean, that reaction, I still have this. I read this like a couple months ago, and I still have that reaction. That's how good this book is. It follows the main character, and she takes a DNA test, and she finds out that she has a father that she never knew about. And so it's the whole book is her getting to reach out to her father and uncovering family secrets that her mother never told her, and it was so good. Next up, we have Admission, and if you like the Lori Loughlin sort of college scandal, this book is definitely for you. It sounds super weird, but I was really interested in it, and this was basically a copy and paste of it, but the main girl didn't know her mother did it in the book. It's really hard to explain, but I liked all of the mystery behind it and being like, oh wow, my parent lied to me. Gasp. It was good though. And next up, we have Salvation, the third and final book in the Sanctuary series. And I don't want to spoil much, but it's a sci-fi. There's aliens involved, and there's superpowers. So if you like all those things, this is a good series. Next up, we have a favorite thriller, called Girl from Nowhere, and it follows Sophia after 18 months of being on the run. They're finally get the green light to like be a normal person, but it doesn't last long whenever she meets someone who has the same skill sets as her. The problem with that is that she is a spy, and so she's like, is this guy good? Is this guy bad? We got to talk about what happened to her and why she had to go on the run, and it was just a really good book. And next up is Skywatchers, and if you ask me, hey, I want a book that's like Stranger Things, I recommend this to you. This is a book you want to read if you love Stranger Things. It's set in that time period, and it also has some sort of extraterrestrial disappearances, and it's really good, and I love the set of characters, and it's just a really good thriller as well. Like, I was not expecting to be scared. But it's a really good book if you love Stranger Things. They're super heavy, but I'm a Marvel fan, and I got this Marvel by the art book that has the concept art and stuff, and I've never got one before, and I am so surprised by this packaging. I mean, it had wrapping, and oh well, I mean, it broke during the thing. It was a big box, okay? But this is so cool. Okay, I'm gonna stop freaking out over this now. Alright, that's the end of my book unboxing. If you ended up liking any of these books I happen to go over, tell me in the comments. And if you've read any of these and you love them as much as I do, tell me in the comments, please. Or give this video a like and please subscribe. I hope you have a wonderful day, night, morning, wherever you are. And thank you for watching. Bye.